U.S. Senator Jerry Moran of Kansas joins us now with further perspective. And Senator, thanks for your time this afternoon. If you would, bring us up to speed on this act and what it aims to accomplish.
Well, Jenna, what we've seen in Kansas and across the country is lack of capacity in our processing plants across the livestock sector. Here in Kansas, that's mostly beef. We slaughter about 30% of the country's beef in our state, and it's a huge industry, a huge economic driver, $10 billion, 18,000 employees. And the problem is it's not just that employees in that economy, it's our ranchers and our feed yard operators who are so damaged by the lack of a market. Cattle slaughter in May has decreased approximately 31% since the amount compared to last year, and we're trying to find ways to increase that capacity. We know there's a lot of concentration in the industry with four packers having a significant share of the market, but there's a lot of processors across the country who are interested and willing to help process beef and other meat products, but there's a program that makes it pretty financially difficult for them to do so, and the FSIS is charged by law to charge those processors if they need overtime, if they need a USDA meat inspector at their plant over the weekend, over holidays, over 40 hours a week. It costs that packer $79.88 per hour. And this legislation, bipartisan with Senator Bennett of Colorado, is designed to will reduce that price and allow our small processors to process more beef. So many times they tell you, do you want a side of beef, a quarter? And you say, yeah. And they say, well, find somebody to process it. Those processors are just packed with customers today. We need to process more, and this should help.
Senator, do you have the support to get this legislation through? And if so, what kind of timeline are we looking at to try and alleviate concerns?
Well, yes, we do. This is one of the rare livestock bills that has broad support from the cattle organizations. It is one that I can find no opposition to. There's a lot of controversy within the livestock sector from time to time. This is one that meets the needs from everyone's perspective, something that just makes sense to do. We expect this to be part of whatever Phase 4, the next set of legislation that the Senate and the House may pass. And so we're working to line up the necessary support by members in the Senate to add this as an amendment to the next piece of legislation designed to help address the issue of COVID-19, particularly as it relates to agriculture.
You mentioned putting it into Phase 4. What kind of what's next for the bill to get that far? And again, when is Phase 4 maybe going to be tackled by legislators?
Thanks for the reminder. I would think that we will do something in June. I mean, there has been some thought as to whether or not there will be a Phase 4. My view is that there will be. We need to at least fix a number of things that we have made mistakes on in the past. In the first 3.5 phases, there are individuals who have slipped through the cracks, and when it comes to agriculture, no question but what the amount of resources that we made available to USDA to help livestock producers, specialty crops, dairy, and the crop side of agriculture, that assistance is inadequate. And I would expect there to be another phase addressing agricultural challenges, and I would expect us to be able to get that legislation passed in the month of June. Congress, the Senate and the House are out of session because of Memorial Day here these few days, but we return to Washington, D.C. on Monday, and this is certainly front and center for me.
All right. Well, Senator, as always, thank you very much for your time.